I want to thank all of our recipients today for their service and dedication to the City of Oak Park. Without you, of course, not just that you pay, you're good taxpayers and you pay your water bills and you do all of that, but without your input in our everyday processes, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. And you know, at its core, this is a nation of the people, by the people, and for the people. And if we're not including you in what we're doing, then shame on us, because this is for you. You are our bosses. And you know, what we're trying to accomplish in this city is of a magnitude that I don't think has really been seen in this city since the city's inception and, you know, founding in 1945, and of course its incorporation in 1954. What we're doing today is on a larger scale. We're trying to transition our city to be an even better place than it already is. And with your help, I'm telling you, we're going to get there. I know we are. We've made some great strides. And we're starting to get some media coverage now, too. How about that? Which is great. Now, before I introduce the mayor, I also want to say that you guys don't know this, but I have now been the city manager of Oak Park for just over 6 years, which I can't believe I'm saying that. And during the entire time that I have been the city manager and had city council and the mayor as my boss, there's been one constant, and that constant has been this lady right here has been in office. She's the only one of the council members that I began working for back in 2012 who still remains in office. And let me explain to you why that's important. It is important because that consistency and her open-minded, good-heartedness, that stuff makes everything else possible. And when you have that, you have everything. And because of that, we've been able to hire amazing staff members, as some of those folks you see here behind you, and I want to thank them for putting this together as well. But all of the things, staff, all of the things become possible when we have that. So without further ado, our Mayor Marian McClellan.
Got tears in my eyes from that one. That was very sweet. The city has done amazing things, and probably you're witness to that because you've seen the whole history of it together. All of it happens because of you and your willingness to support the city with Public Act 345. When we ask you for a millage, you don't even think about it. You just say yes. That's so unusual in a city. We have the gift of you residents to make this kind of city the way it is. So we had that going. And then we hired the most competent, energetic, visionary city manager who, when I started, I said, we want to do this, this, and this. And he's done those 3 things plus 60 others that I hadn't even envisioned. So thanks to him and the incredible staff with lots of heart that made this city come alive again. And the part that is really important is that you were there. You were there when someone said, would you help with this? You were there saying yes. Not everybody is doing that these days. There's kind of a lot of selfishness going around and a lot of lack of community. But you have it. So I want you to be sure you pass it on to your children and grandchildren. Because we need that devotion to the city and to spending your time and effort and money often helping other people have a better life and the community have more vibrant life is what has really made the difference. The people in this city have made the difference. And lots of mayors brag about their city and their residents, but this city is filled with residents who say yes. And you're incredible. And I want to thank you. So volunteers are the heart and soul of the city. We have paid people who are working and helping, but the extra is always done by volunteers. We can't go around and look at the houses and decide which one's the best and put the signs up and all of that. We rely on you. We rely on you to make the library vibrant and to make the city more energetic, more wonderful than it would have been without you. So I would like to, at this time, thank you individually for what you have done to help, that you continue to help the common good. And we've got Reatha Richmond. Can you stand for applause? Reatha has served since 1986. That's 32 years. I don't think we have anyone on staff that served as long as that. Reatha served the Beautification Advisory Commission, and they propose programs to improve the physical appearance of the community and implement programs that are approved by City Council. And those cute signs that you see around town that are on beautiful gardens and well-kept houses are thanks to this committee. So she was also on the Ethnic Advisory Commission, which morphed into the Arts and Cultural Diversity Commission. So I thank you for all your service, and we have a plaque. Does anyone know where Reatha's plaque is? On that one. We're going to have a picture of you in front of your plaque, if you can, if you can make it over in the grass. So thank you, thank you. If you will sit down, we'll talk about the other two, and then we'll go check out the plaques and get some photo ops going. Also, we have, with 35 years of service, Joyce Schulman. Joyce has served for 35 years, since 1983, on the Beautification Advisory Commission with Reatha. And people are dying to get their signs in their yard, and they've made it a wonderful thing. And they also hold our great flower show and sale every year to raise money for the commission. And they hold the Improve Your Grass talk every year. They've just done a lot to enrich the city and make it more beautiful. Thank you for your service. Third, we have the longest serving member. She looks too young. Who has served since 1969 for 49 years on the library board to oversee the operations of the Oak Park Library, and to make it a better place for our residents and our people. So if you would rise for our thanks, thank you so much. There's a fourth person who couldn't be here, and he has been extremely active. It's Lou Landau. You all know Lou? He has served since 1981, 37 years. He's been on the Board of Review. That reviews the tax assessment rolls and corrects errors in the rolls and hears complaints if there are complaints about it. He's been on that board for many years. The Brownfield Redevelopment Authority to help retain local industries and commercial enterprises in the city. And the Zoning Board of Appeals to hear and decide any appeals. He also was one of the earliest members of the board of the Oak Park Youth Assistance in 1983 when it was formed. So we applaud, even though he can't be here, we applaud Lou Landau for his. And his daughter followed in his path, and for 20 years she was the one who ran the Independence Day Commission, and was in charge of the parade, and that was a totally community-led event. So thanks to all of you. We don't pay our volunteers, but that's not because you're worthless, far from it. That's because you're priceless. Thank you again for your service.